Hello there. All right, good people. We are still at it, right? And we are still in our thoughts. Hopefully, I'll move on in my next video, but still in my thoughts. So here we go. Here we go. My thoughts were on Smokey Robinson. Let's cruise it. Cruise it, baby. Baby, let's cruise away from here, right? All right, I got to get Smokey out of my ear because that was one of my favorite songs. It was one of my parents' songs, my auntie's song, and I'm a young man and all of the, yeah, whatever. It was a big song in my family life, so still a big song in my life today. Take road trips. My kids say, do we really have to listen to this music? Hey, whatever. So anyway, I had smoke on my mind, sailing away from here. Let's cruise away from here. So personally, I like taking cruises, right? Me and my family, we like taking cruises. Been on a few, been on a handful, up in the teens, but I like it. I enjoy it. So anyway, where am I going with my thoughts? Talking about let's sail away from here. Let's sail away together. That was Smokey was saying about cruising, right? Enjoying life. So when I think about the song, I begin to think about how in the church, we like to talk about like a ship without a sail, right? Ship needs that little bit of rudder, and that little bit of rudder, right? It's just the entire big boat, big ship, right? If that rudder breaks, if that rudder's out of commission, then just a ship out there sailing, right? It's no particular place to go. You can't guide it to go. You can't guide the boat to go where you want to go. You got to just go wherever it is. It's lofting sailing too, right? So you have a problem when your rudder is out of commission, out of whack, right? So doesn't matter how big the boat is or how small the boat is, still need that rudder to be able to guide it where it is you want it to go, right? So when I began to think about that, having a guide, right? Having a way to navigate the waters and navigate where it is you're trying to get to in your destination, in your journey. It's the same way in the financial market, in this financial game that I'm always talking about. And growing your wealth. In order to grow your wealth, you got to grow your financial knowledge. Yet, if your financial knowledge, in a sense, is the same as that rudder. If your financial knowledge is whack, then your guidance system is whack. If your guidance system is whack, you are not going to hit your target. You are not going to hit your destination, right? So if you're trying to tap into that life-changing money and your financial knowledge is whack, it's gonna be a tough thing to do. It's a tough thing to do even with your 401k, right? Um, oh, life. I had a conversation with a young man the other day, a young man doing some great things in life, and it was encouraging talking to the young man. And so I asked him about his 401k since he was making all this great money at a young age. And he said, "Oh yeah, I got it. My company matches 10%." I was like, "Wow!" I thought I was with a great organization, but my organization has a 6% match. This company, Carline, had a 10% match in the 401k, and that's pretty good. A lot of other things he was saying about the company that he liked, but anyway, my thoughts are, I asked the young man, I say, so how do you have it going? Do you have it going aggressive? Do you have it going, because when you get your 401k, they say you want to be moderate, you want to be aggressive, you want to be, I forget the other word right now, but I think it's three different ways you could have your 401k perform. And so I let them know how, when you're young, you want to be aggressive because the people who handle your 401k, they are professionals in the game, right? And they're not gonna handle it in a poorly performing way, because they're not just working for you, they're working for that overall corporation or company that you're a part of, right? All of the company 401ks is through whatever brokerage company they have holding the 401k, right? Fidelity, Vanguard, whosoever it may be. So they work for the overall company. And if they're not doing a good job with the overall company's 401k, then that company will void the contract when its time is up, and they will move to a new company, give them an opportunity to do a better job of working at 401k. So I said all that to say, you want to be aggressive, right? And I was talking to a couple a while ago, probably a couple years ago, and they were getting close to retirement. I say, so I guess you guys are moving your 401ks around, so not to be so aggressive. And the young man had to step away and do something, and the wife, who was like 60, 62, she said, no, really, you could just stand aggressive all your life. And we shared in a conversation. I say, I had those same thoughts. I just didn't share it out loud with anybody, but I'm in agreement with her. You take a portion and move it over to CDs, take a portion, move it to here, and then you have a portion of your 401k coming to you on a monthly basis, and you can have all the rest of it, still going full speed ahead in the market, because you have it broken down two different ways, plus what's coming to you. So in other words, you have a big portion of it still working hard, and then you have the two CDs and the funds that are coming to you. So the CDs have a whatever span of life you purchase them for to turn over and bring you back your return, right? So anyway, that's a I'm getting on a tangent there. We talking about enhancing, growing your financial knowledge so you can grow your financial wealth, right? So you have that knowledge and your confidence in the steps that you are taking in your financial journey. You're confident into the plays that you're getting in and out of. You're confident in your ability to be able to get into an option and get out of an option, because you're growing your financial knowledge. You know how to utilize that option contract. You know how to set that stop loss, right? You know how to set that trailing stop loss. You know how to set those buy orders and those sell orders, and whatever the case may be. I'm just trying to throw things out to you, and you got to do a little fishing yourself, right? Not walking you totally through it. I do have people that I walk through things, but these are people that I meet on a daily basis, and we kind of mentor one another, right? So it's a lot of great opportunities out there for you to take advantage of in this financial journey of growing your wealth and growing your financial knowledge, getting thrust into those life-changing funds that are out there that are available to any young man, any young woman who's willing to put forth the time and the effort to grow their funds, right? To put a portion of their army of dollars to work, their hard-earned income, put a portion of it to work, and allow it to grow in the markets. Allow your money to birth new money, right? So I get in conversations with folks sometimes, and I say I feel somewhat in the sense of a don't take this the wrong way, drug dealer. I'm not a drug dealer, not into it in any way, shape, form, or fashion. But in a sense, the drug dealers, they buy companies and they buy a business to try to turn their money over, to take their dirty money, put it into the company funds, so to put the company funds to work, and it comes back clean, right? Because you don't have an illegal way to be earning the money that you have, so you need anyway. So my thing is, I take my hard-earned army of dollars, put a portion of it at work in the markets, and I keep trying to build that portion. And I would love to get to a place, just speaking to me, I would love to get to a place where I could take 100% of my dirty, hard-earned army of dollars, put it to work in the markets, and let it come back to me however many folds they come back, to fund my lifestyle. That's what I want to do, right? That's outside of my 401k, right? That's outside of my long-term goals. That's something that I want to do. I want to do it because I enjoy it. I want to do it because it's amazing to me, right? But then again, the preacher preached the message that he talked about faith. Faith is coming by hearing, and by hearing the word of God. So as believers in Christ, just man walk by faith, right? So as you learn faith in the Lord, you learn patience, and it's a continual journey in your salvation. It's a continual journey, learning and growing, getting wisdom, getting knowledge, and getting understanding, and those things help you to walk better and better in relationship with the Lord, right? So as you learn those things, I have to study. The Bible says, study to show yourself approved, right? Being able to share the gospel of Jesus Christ. Well, just as I studied in that way, I learned to study in the markets, right? Just like I studied when I was in the military to become a better and better soldier, to become a better and better leader, to be able to make more and more funds to take care of my family. In the market, I got in the market. I had to learn the market. I had to study the market, and it began to show me that there's something to that game. It began to show me that if I have a little patience and I do my little research and I have confidence in my research, confidence is faith. Have faith in my research and trust that the market is going to reward me in due time. And in due time, it does what it's supposed to do. And that's why I always say the market does not discriminate. If you put